We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The House of Representatives has passed a bill authorizing President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to postpone the impending increase in PhilHealth contributions. The Chamber approved House Bill 6772, which seeks to amend the Universal Health Care Act by deferring this year's increase. Under the bill, the President of the Philippines may suspend and adjust the period of implementation of the scheduled increase in premium rates during national emergencies or calamities, or when the public interest so requires. The authors of the amendatory bill cited the Universal Health Care Act's goal, which aims to ensure that all Filipinos are guaranteed equitable access to quality and affordable health care, goods and services, and are protected from financial risk. Meanwhile, House Speaker Martin Romualdez said that the adjustment suspension would benefit millions of government and private sector employees, professionals, self-employed, and other PhilHealth contributors. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. congratulated the newly elected officers of the Publishers Association of the Philippines, or PAPI, on their efforts to promote and protect people's rights through accurate information and free press. The President presided over the inauguration of the new officials, which include Nelson Santos, who was re-elected as President, Bec Madeja Velasquez as Executive Vice President, and Alma Orchotorena as Vice President of Luzon. The President pointed out the significance of the group in empowering Filipinos to participate in building a peaceful and productive community. Other elected officials are Mark John Arojado as Secretary, Conchita Barreto as Treasurer, Leonida Cardona as Auditor, and Eliza Ann Templado as Assistant Secretary. Jaime Vistar, Eduardo Cardona were elected as members of the Board of Directors for Luzon. Edeline Acta and Danilo Silvestre were elected as Board of Directors for Visayas, and Anila Ana Acosta and Elpedio Soriano Jr. as members of the Board of Directors for Mindanao. PAPI is the country's largest media fraternity, with members including publishers of approximately 500 community newspapers in the regions and provinces, as well as a few national publications. The House of Representatives has passed on the third and final reading of a bill to seek to implement a right-sizing program for the national government. House Bill number 7240, a priority bill of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., authorizes the President to right-size the executive branch to eliminate redundant, duplicate, and overlapping functions. The bill also allows the Legislative, Judiciary, Constitutional Commissions, Office of the Ombudsman, and local government units to adopt right-sizing. Under the bill, personnel who may be affected by the program will receive retirement benefits and separation incentives. Budget Secretary Amena Pangandaman said right-sizing will help the government save a significant amount of the budget. The House also approved on third and final reading a measure implementing the resolution of both houses number 6, which calls for a hybrid constitutional convention to propose amendments to the 1987 Constitution. Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez said the CONCON initiative aims to rewrite the restrictive economic provisions of the Constitution to enable the country to attract more foreign investments. The bill also proposes a term of office to the convention starting from December 1 this year up to June 30 of 2024. The envisioned CONCON shall be composed of elected delegates from every legislative district to be voted on October 30. The CONCON shall also have sectoral representatives to be appointed jointly by the Senate President and the House Speaker. In other news, a health official is pointing to social media as a factor in the increase in cases of human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV, infection among adolescents and teenagers. This came after the Department of Health reported 79 new cases among 10 to 19 years old and 7 new cases among children below 9 years of age in January. DOH officer in charge Maria Rosario Berjere said lack of awareness is not the only reason adolescents and teenagers acquire HIV. She said the youth now has access to social media where they can meet others and chat without guidance and eventually practice unsafe sex and illicit behavior. Berjere warned adolescents and teenagers that unprotected sex and other illicit behaviors could lead to diseases. Parents are urged to educate their children about the risks of these kinds of behavior. Meanwhile, Berjere said acquiring HIV is no longer a death sentence, as medicines that can prolong the patient's life are already available. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Officer, PCO. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change. Good day, everyone.